Movie review number 1261 is Captain America 4 Brave New World. Captain America 4 Brave New World is a 2025 movie directed by Julius Onara. Julius Onara. Onah. Julius Onara. So this movie has Marvel Studios in it and is part of Phase 5 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I saw this movie on March 1st, 2025 at Cinemark Oakley Station in SD in Oakley, Ohio. So I thought it was a pretty good movie, and it takes place after the events of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, where Sam Wilson is now fully embracing the title of becoming Captain America. So in Avengers 4 Endgame, we see Steve Rogers giving Sam Wilson the shield. In the Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV series, we see Sam Wilson actually becoming Captain America. So, basically, this movie takes place after the events of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, where Sam is summoned to the White House as the new president, Thaddeus Ross, wants to work with him on rebuilding the Avengers. So, in previous Marvel movies, General Thaddeus Ross used to be a general, as we saw in The Incredible Hulk. Then he became the Secretary of State in the movies Captain America 3 Civil War, Avengers 3 Infinity War, Avengers 4 Endgame, and Black Widow. But now he is becoming the President of the United States of America. And he wants to work with Sam on reforming the Avengers. Well, let's just say they had some difficulties in the past. Well, especially since in Civil War, Falcon or Sam Wilson, who used to be Falcon, aided with Steve Rogers as Captain America against the Sokovia Accords. And so there's a little bit of tension going on between Sam Wilson and Thaddeus Ross, as Sam Wilson knows what has happened between the two of them in the past, and he's not exactly sure what he means when President Ross, tells Sam that he wants to reform the Avengers. So basically, Sam is basically giving some consideration into that, but then trouble ensues when Sam's friend, Isaiah Bradley, uncontrollably tries to assassinate the president and is framed for the attempt. Now, Sam and his partner, Joaquin Torres, who is the new Falcon, must race against time to uncover the true culprit and foil an evil plot that unwittingly involves President Ross. Oh, I thought it was a pretty good movie. And one thing I liked in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV series, it basically made Sam Wilson became he went from the Falcon at the beginning of the series to becoming Captain America at the end of the series. And now in this movie, which is subtitled Brave New World, Sam Wilson is now officially Captain America. He may not be Steve Rogers, but Sam Wilson is a man full of heart, and he definitely knows how to fight. And we definitely knew why Steve Rogers chose him as the next Captain America. But now he and but now Sam Wilson and Joaquin Torres, who you also saw in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV series, must race against time to try to figure out who the real culprit is, and also try to foil an evil plot that involves the president. Now, I will say that this movie does have a little bit of the same political thriller genre, just right in the second Captain America movie, The Winter Soldier. But I like how this movie also basically establishes some tension between Sam Wilson and Thaddeus Ross, which was also part of Civil War, Infinity War, especially since Thaddeus Ross didn't write the Avengers, who basically said that they weren't going to agree to these accords that the government wanted to sign. And now, based on what happened, Sam Wilson is trying to be very careful about what his next moves are, especially trying to figure out who the real culprit is. Because from what I saw, without revealing too much, something happens to Isaiah Bradley that makes him try to assassinate the president without him realizing it. Like someone is controlling him. I won't say who it is, but I will say that this film, I can say this because this definitely was revealed before the movie came out. This movie does have ties to the 2008 movie The Incredible Hulk, which I don't believe a lot of MCU films have had ties to that film, since in The Incredible Hulk, the Hulk was portrayed by a different actor than Mark Ruffalo. But I really like the nods that this movie had to the Incredible Hulk movie, and basically what will happen later on in Brave New World will definitely bring a showdown against Sam Wilson against Thaddeus Ross, who in the trailers becomes the Red Hawk. Oh, I really like this movie. I definitely like the fighting scenes in it. So, reprising this role from previous films, we see Anthony Mackie portraying Sam Wilson slash Captain America. Danny Ramirez portrays Joaquin Torres slash Falcon. We also see Shara Haas as Ruth Bat Seraphov, who happens to be a former Black Widow who is from Israel, who serves as President Ross's security advisor. Carl Mundry reprises his role as Isaiah Bradley. He is a Korean War veteran and super soldier. We also see Sarshos Wilkie Moore as Ryra Taylor. She is a Secret Service agent working for President Ross. Giancarlo Esposito betrays Seth Fialko as Sidewinder. He is the leader of the Serpent Society, a fireman special ops team. And believe it or not, when I said that this movie has ties to the Incredible Hulk movie, it definitely is the case, as two actors, well, three characters, but two of the same actors reprise their roles in this film from the Incredible Hulk. Liv Tyler, who portrayed Betty Ross in the Incredible Hulk, comes back in this film as a brief cameo. And we also see Tim Blake Nelson, who plays Samuel Stones in the movie The Incredible Hulk, reprises his role in this movie, but he actually becomes the leader. And then we also see Harrison Ford betraying General Thaddeus Ross slash Red Hawk. Now, in previous movies, we've seen William Hurt portraying the role of Thaddeus Ross. Unfortunately, due to his death, he couldn't really reprise his role in this movie, so they gave the role to Harrison Ford. And I thought Harrison Ford really did a great job at portraying General Ross. And so, I will say, without revealing too much, you also see an MCU character reprising their role in this film in a brief cameo, but I won't say who it is. But you definitely know who it is when you do see this character. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty good movie, and I definitely like how the events of this movie will definitely impact events for future movies. And yes, it has been confirmed. They confirmed it earlier this week that Anthony Mackie, who plays Captain America, will return in the upcoming Avengers films. Avengers 5 Doomsday and Avengers 6 Secret Wars, which will come out in the next year and two. The next year and the following year. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. But I thought this was a pretty good movie. So that's my movie review of Captain America 4 Brave New World. Please enjoy my next movie review. Alright, goodbye.